Hello and welcome to Baby's First Speed Build. This is Kai Chaotic and you're watching Centerpie. Today I will be building a restaurant for Dine Out. I end up calling it Tranquilique, and it's kind of a modern, I don't know, sort of beachy. My favorite pack as far as like build mode things and furniture and especially wallpapers and floors was Spa Day. I don't know why, I just really love Spa Day. I use those wallpapers and floors constantly. And I like a lot of the stuff that came with it too. But yeah, so it kind of has that theme. Um but yeah, so this is my first build video. Uh you can see here we're just laying down the foundation. It's actually going to be outdoor seating because I had a like a bar I was making here in Newcrest that was outdoor seating and I never finished it. So I kind of took inspiration from that to create this little restaurant. I'm just kind of filling with windows here and trying to find the windows that are right. I think I end up with those. So yeah, a little bit about me. I have been playing The Sims since Sims 1. I was young, so I did not have all the expansion packs for Sims 1. Um, I actually don't remember what exactly did I have for Sims 1. Let me pull up the expansion packs for Sims 1. I'm sorry if you hear me click a clack in here. Expansions. Sims 1. Okay. I had. Oh, you know what? I didn't even get um, The Sims 1 until I think House Party was released, and they released a multi pack that had the game and the first two expansions. I did get Hot Date. I never had Vacation. I had Unleashed. I did not have Superstar, but I absolutely loved Megan Magic. Like Megan Magic was the best expansion ever for me because I was kind of a weird little goth kid. And I know, right? Surprise. Um, but I just love the whole aspect of being able to do magic and create like your little more uh, alternative household. I really love that. So yeah, Double Deluxe. That's the edition that I had first. Yeah, so when that came out is when I actually got The Sims. So I didn't join the bandwagon right away, uh, but it wasn't too far along that I got into The Sims. Um, yeah, Sims 2, I did get the base game like right away. I didn't get University. I got Nightlife. I never got Open for Business. I know everybody says it's the best ever, but I never had it. I had Pets, and then did I have Seasons? I don't remember. And I don't know if I had any after that either. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember. But I love The Sims 2. And what I love the most about The Sims 2, and the thing that I really lament that we do not have in The Sims 4, is the attraction system. Because I really loved how it made relationships a little more autonomous. Like you could set, if you've never played The Sims 2, you could set like what your Sims were attracted to and what they were not attracted to. Like you could be attracted to red hair and formal attire, but be turned off by mustaches and beards, things like that. And so when your sim met someone who had red hair, they were automatically a little attracted to them. But if they had a beard, they were automatically a little unattracted to them. And if they had like a red hair and were wearing like formal attire at the time, that was like even more attraction. I really loved what that added to gameplay, and I really, really, really wish they would add it to Sims 4 because I don't know, it just made gameplay so much more autonomous in that right way. Uh, yeah, so that's my big wish list item. I know everybody's wish list item is of course more swatches or a color wheel, and I know the toddler debate. Honestly, I hate playing toddlers. I just do not have the patience for toddlers in my game. So I usually age them up pretty quick anyway. So I do not miss toddlers one little bit, but I totally respect if you do. That's totally cool. That is completely, I mean, it's just not something I'm into. But anyway, getting back to the build, I totally missed the bathroom, which I really love this bathroom. And I think you can kind of tell that I'm inspired by Spa Day, even though I use that new, like, piece of decor from Dine Out. I think it's kind of a Spa Day inspired piece of decor, honestly. It goes really well with all that. But I think you can definitely see that in the bathroom, that influence. And I love the color in this little, like, waiting area. I really, really love the orange and blue and green against those walls. I think that is just like super perfect. But okay, Sims 3, I had basically everything for Sims 3. I bought a computer to be able to play Sims 3. And like when it came out, like you got the stickers if you got, I think, like the deluxe or collector's edition or whatever. I had them, like, I still have the Sims 3 sticker on my monitor base that came with that computer. So yeah, I had everything but Showtime. Uh, for no, did I have Showtime? What one didn't I have? Yeah, it was Showtime. I had everything but Showtime for Sims 3, and Into the Future. I didn't get Into the Future because I was already getting hyped for Sims 4, and the Sims 3 was starting to run really slow on that computer that I bought for it because it had been so long since it came out, to the last expansion pack. I did not have all of the stuff packs. I had High End and Fastlane, I think because I bought them together on sale. I had Outdoor Living and I think Town Life and Master Suite and the 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. But I played a lot of Sims 3. I spent so much time in that game. Oh my gosh. But I think, honestly, my favorite Sims experience until Sims 4 was probably Sims 2. And again, it was because of the relationship system. I loved that so much. And the whole time I played Sims 3, I grumbled to myself that that wasn't included. I do not have the Sims Medieval, but I really loved, like, the Sims Life games. Where are they at on here? Like, there was one where you could. Oh, here we go. No, that's not them. I don't see them on here, but there was one where you were like on a desert island. Sim Stories, that's what they were. And because you actually played through a story and your Sims wants and needs had to do with the story you were playing through. And I really enjoyed that. I played both of those. I think there were two. I remember the island one. I don't remember what the other one was, but I played it as well. I think I ended up giving those to a friend of mine. But yeah, I've played The Sims Free Play. I never really got into it that much, but for a while I played it. And I have never played a console version, because when console versions first came out, they weren't the full game. And I don't know how much of the full game they are now, with Sims 3. I mean, like they were now, but I never played them. Yeah. So, like that. So, yeah, that's my background with The Sims. I play a lot of other games. Oh, here, you can see on the video here, I'm starting to put together what will be the dining room. Uh, like I said, it's outdoors because I haven't seen a lot of that in the builds that I've watched, but that doesn't mean there isn't a lot of that out there. It's just not something I'd seen, so it's something I wanted to do. Yeah, so just fiddling with stuff. I love that illuminated wall sign. I actually use that in this build and another one I'm going to upload soon. I did an art gallery and I use that as well. I don't know what it is about it. I just love that particular sign. And you see, with the lighted sign, those little, I don't know what they are, but I use them for everything. You'll see me use them again later, I think under the cooking area there, is those little bars that just go on the wall. And I find those so handy as just decor pieces to do things with. Just, I don't know what they were intended for. I thought maybe they were like handrails. That's what I use them for in my hospital build. I built a hospital that I'm probably going to do like a walkthrough video since I didn't get the build recorded. I did it so long ago. I'm going to do like a walkthrough video for my hospital because I really, really love how my hospital turned out. It was really fun to build a hospital. I especially love my maternity ward. I think it's really cool. But anyway, you will see that at some point. Yeah. So what was I talking about before I went on this little tangent? I went back to the video. I don't know. Oh, other games. Other games I play. I grew up on Final Fantasy games. What we now know is Final Fantasy IV was like my favorite game of all time for a while, and then Final Fantasy VI came along and totally overthrew it. Uh, yeah, those games, like the music from them, still like evokes emotion in me, and they're like such a part of my life. And then Fallout 3 came along, and Fallout 3 I hadn't even heard of, and my partner at the time brought it home, and he's like, we have to play this game, and I'm like, why? And we started playing it, and I fell in love. None of the other Fallout games since have been able to like dethrone it, and I think that's because it's just so atmospheric and so much fun to explore because it doesn't take you to all the places on the map. And that's something I think New Vegas got completely wrong. Anyway, but you're not here to hear about Fallout. But anyway, Fallout 3 has never been dethroned as my favorite. See there, those little things. That's what I was talking about. I use those for decor of all sorts all the time. I love them. That heater in the middle of the floor, I could not figure out what to do with that. I'm actually going to delete it here soon. You saw me kind of shuffling them around. I wanted an outdoor heater because it's outdoor, seating, but there's just no good place for it not to get in the way, and also not to seem like maybe it would only be heating a few of the tables and the rest would be cold. And I didn't want my poor Sims to be cold, right? So there's that. So yeah, I do delete that here in a minute. Just putting some of the little knickknacks around, the little menu things and little salt and pepper shakers, and just kicking up some of that ambiance a little bit. I just love how that whole outdoor seating area looks. I like the lighting. I like the colors. I wasn't sure if you could use different tables for your restaurants other than the tables that came with the game. I'm still not sure if you can. I know you can use different seats now, but these seats went fine, so I just used those. Here I start kind of playing with the outside, trying to figure that out. In a minute, I'm going to start playing with like floors outside, and you have no idea how much time I spent on that because I'm cutting it out. It's so much time. Way too much time to get something I like. I like that little outdoor menu, but there was just no place that it really looked right or made sense. And I don't know, I played with those. I played with a lot of things here before I settled on what I ended up with. Yeah, that didn't look right. I don't like that one because it cuts them off in weird spots. But I think this is the one I ended up on. You didn't see all the ones I went through to get to this one. A lot. I debated some black there to go with the stones on the inside, and I decided against that. And then I decided to start putting in water features. And water features kind of became the whole focal for this build, and I think add to why I ended up naming it Tranquilique. Because it kind of adds that sense of peace and tranquility. And actually, what you'll see by the end of the build is not the final product, which you'll see in the screenshots. I actually came back to this during gameplay when I went to visit. I wasn't happy with, I don't know, I wasn't really happy with the aesthetic of the outside, so I add a lot more water and more fountains and things, and I think it ends up perfect. I had a little sand area with some like art installations out front, and I think it really brings it all together. So here we are going into the kitchen, and the kitchen is, I spend a lot of time on the kitchen, but really it's pretty simple. I do something though that I absolutely love, and I will talk about that when I do it here in a minute because it's just, I absolutely love what ends up in this kitchen. But right now I'm just deciding on the color scheme and the lighting and figuring out kind of where to put the lights so that they add something to the room but also add enough light. I can be pretty picky about lighting. And then I remembered that those were orange and they were perfect. Since I didn't use it in the bathroom like I had first set out to do, they ended up being perfect here. So now I take forever finding all the little bits and pieces to put on the counters, and you will see that it changes quite a bit as it goes along. I like that there's a lot of orange And I like that not all of the orange was with this expansion pack. Like, they knew they had already put a lot of Orange Kitchen stuff in the game, so they made Orange Kitchen stuff for this pack to kind of bring it all together. And I really like how that ended up tying together. Yeah, so playing with all that. Let's see, what else about me? I decided to start YouTube because I love The Sims and I wanted to share my builds with more people because I do a lot of building and I really enjoy building in The Sims, and I really love, like, I don't know, it's not an ego thing. I just really love to share the stuff I build with people. I don't think it's all that great or amazing or that I'm building things better than other people. I just really love sharing what I do build with other members of the community who love the game as much as I do. So that's why I'm here, just to reach out to the community and share what I do and get feedback. And yeah, it just made sense for me to do The Sims rather than, you know, other gameplay videos or other things like that. I am going to do some other gameplay videos, but I'll probably put it on another channel I'm going to start. I'm probably just going to start a channel for like vlogs and other gameplay somewhere down the road. But for now, I just wanted to start with The Sims. It just seemed like the logical thing. Here I am doing the thing I was talking about. At a lot of restaurants, there will be a chef's table, and the chef's table is either in the kitchen or adjacent to the kitchen. And it's more expensive and you have to request it special, but you can actually eat where you can watch the chef work their magic. And I think that's the coolest idea, and I absolutely love how this chef's table turned out. I love this so much. I would eat here every time I went here. I don't care how much it was. If I could afford it, I would eat at the chef's table because that is such a cool little area. It's totally different from the rest of the restaurant, but it totally fits in with the kitchen. And I think it gives you a whole different experience if you're eating there. So yeah, that's basically the build. I'm just kind of taking a look at everything, making sure it all ties together, admiring my handiwork. And here's the screenshots. As you can see, I have added a lot of water features. And there's the little kind of sculpture park as you come in, and a little sign out front. I just think it added so much, like, to the ambiance of the place. It really kicked it up a notch, and I'm totally happy with it now. So there's the dining area. There's Dante over there. He's our waiter, apparently. Dante is one of my Sims. It just stuck him as the waiter, which I think is awesome. See, look at that. Wouldn't that be so cool to eat there? I would totally eat there all the time. That's so cool. But yeah, so there's the kitchen. There's that bathroom. I love that bathroom. I love that little sculpture thing in the middle of the bathroom. I just think it definitely screams like bathroom in a building, you know what I mean? But anyway, so here is the final screenshot, and we're back to the beginning, and thank you for watching my first video. So exciting. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you have any suggestions or any builds you'd like to see, let me know. And I hope to build again for you soon. Thanks.